Hey guys, Paul here with Late Night Games. Just touching in with you guys. It's April 22nd, the 22nd day of the VEDA Challenge, and Earth Day today. Now, I was going to take you around a local park or on a nature trail for the Earth Day vlog. Unfortunately, I've been tied to my desk for work. It is Monday, and I have a job I need to do. So I haven't really been able to take the camera and just go on a hike with you guys. I'll see if maybe I can do that sometime this week if the weather holds and my work schedule allows for it. Just wasn't possible today. However, what I would like to do is talk about some summer activities. Activities I've done in the past, activities I do now, and then ask you guys what your summer activities are. Now, one summer activity that's definitely not my cup of tea, but I've done it with friends and family, I just don't tend to actually partake in the activity, is swimming. Going to the beach. I love the beach. Well, no. I love driving to the beach, because I love to drive, and I don't mind the sand, but I don't deal with water very well, because I can't swim, but going to the beach is definitely one of the big ones that we do in the summertime, or going camping, typically on Victoria Day weekend, which is May 24th, or on or around May 24th. The Monday before May 24th is a holiday here in Canada, or is it the Monday after? I can never remember. But anyways, it's like the third weekend in May, and that's usually like the first big camping weekend of the year. So going camping that time is fun. When I was younger, I used to bike ride. I used to bike ride all over the place. Me and my one friend, actually the same friend who I was with Friday, who reminded me of music, we used to bike ride like straight through the night sometimes. It was great. We just hop on our bikes and away we would go. Now, obviously, one of us had a headlight, otherwise we wouldn't be driving on the streets, because, well, you need to be visible if you're going to be out at night. That all being said, another activity I tried to learn, and I've actually tried to learn it twice, is rollerblading. Both times I failed horribly. First time, I think I was 11 or 12. It was one of the last times that I had visited my grandmother out east in Cape Breton, back at her old home. Oh, well, would you look at that? We got a street cleaner coming down the street. If that ain't a sign that spring's coming, I don't know what is. Anywho, sorry about the background noise. It's driving away now, it's past. But, that all being said, the first time was, as I said, I was about 11 or 12. One of the last times I visited Cape Breton, which is where I'm from. I'm from Glace Bay originally, and my grandmother used to live in Reserve Mines, which is between Glace Bay and Sydney. So I'd go visit her in the summer times, and the one time I had gotten a pair of rollerblades. So I put them on for the first time, not knowing a thing about how to rollerblade. I'd been ice skating a couple of times. I mean, I am in Canada here. I wasn't a great ice skater, but I knew how to make myself move forward. And I ran into walls to stop, which stopped me. Newton's law, opposing forces and all that, but... So, put on the rollerblades and headed out of the driveway. Now, my grandmother's street was on a hill, and it's a hill called Tompkinsville is the name of the street. At the top of the hill is a donut that's just a circle in the road, which never had houses around it, but from what I understand now, the whole street's developed houses now. It used to be sparsely housed up near the top of the street. Then as you get further down the street, it eventually ends at the Glace Bay Sydney Highway, which was just a 4-lane expressway more than anything. Like, it was more of an avenue than a highway, but it was the closest thing to a highway we had in the area. So, and it ran from Glace Bay to Sydney. The airport was on this road. Like, Cape Breton's not that big of a place. There's not that many people. That's as close to a highway as we had in that area. So, I go out of the driveway, and I start heading up the hill towards the donut. And I'm having no problem. I'm able to make things go forward. I'm going back and forth, same way I do on ice skates. I get to the top, and I lean into it, and I swing around my leg, and I end up turning perfectly, and then I'm coming back down the hill, and then I go to turn into my grandmother's driveway. But when I leaned to turn, I didn't stop. I kept going. I kept going in a straight line. There was no stopping me. See, what I didn't realize is the only reason I could turn so well and control so well is my acceleration was being slowed by gravity the whole way up the hill. On the way down the hill, however, gravity was helping me accelerate, and I ended up going too fast to control. Thankfully, about halfway down the street, a friend of mine was on the sidewalk, and I just yelled out to her, "I can't stop!" And she just ran out into the street and grabbed me by the arm and pulled me around. I spun around her a few times like a top as she just held on tight, just spinning on her heels, and I stopped. I promptly took the rollerblades off and walked around in barefoot for the rest of the afternoon because I did not want to put those rollerblades back on. Fast forward to the last time I tried it, which was, I'd say maybe 4 years ago? 4 years ago or so? So not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. I was determined to learn to rollerblade. I don't even remember why. I think I had just finished watching the series Air Gear. It's an anime that's about air gears, which is a type of rollerblade that has a motor in it. And it was a lot of fun, the anime, and I thought, you know what, I'd like to try rollerblading again. I've got a bit more body control than I did when I was 11, so it shouldn't be too hard. So I brought them to work with me. Now, I worked downtown here in town, and this is before I drove, and I lived, about a 20-minute bus ride. Buses stopping frequently, but about 20 minutes on a bus, 10-minute drive by car from where I work to where I live. So, I brought the rollerblades to work with me on the bus, and through hell or high water, I was getting home on the rollerblades, was my way of looking at it. So, at the end of the day, I had put these rollerblades on. And people look at me and they're like, "Paul, you rollerblade?" I'm like, "Nope." "Then why are you putting on rollerblades?" "'Cause I'm gonna learn." I figured it was a sink or swim sort of thing. And down I went, through the streets of downtown in my city, which is a far busier city than where I lived in Cape Breton when I tried the first time. So here I'm going through the busiest streets at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, rush hour, not knowing what I'm doing, kind of throwing myself from light post to light post to propel myself and to stop myself and make sure I don't gain too much speed. And eventually I get the hang of it. And I'm going okay. I only fell like maybe twice, and then I got to the top of the large hill that is about halfway between my work and my house at the time. And by the bottom of the hill, I had picked up so much speed that I was about to go barreling directly into traffic. So I leaned. I, at this point, could at least lean enough to turn. And bam, right into a pole. And that pole is what stopped me from going into traffic. Wow, and there's another 2 street cleaners out there. Really? Pickup truck? Really? Street cleaner just goes away and now pickup truck is running outside my house? Meh. Anywho, as I was saying, that's one of the reasons I don't rollerblade now. Mostly my activities nowadays is working on the car. When it's warm out, will throw the car up on a jack and work on something, whether it be something interior, something exterior. If it's interior, I obviously don't have to jack it up. Just give it a wax. Doing maintenance on vehicles is what I do now in my spare time in the summer. And it's nowhere near as active as biking or rollerfailing, but it is what I like to do during the summer. It is my favorite way of getting out and enjoying some of the sun, or going on long country drives. But that isn't great for the earth. So I'm probably, before I take the Firebird back out, going to do a lot of work on her exhaust system. Because last time I ran her for about an hour, the exhaust in her started to stink really bad. Now, I don't need it to pass an emissions test to be road legal because of its age, but I still want to get its emissions down to a point where it's not killing too much to run it. Also, that costs a fortune in gas when the emissions are really bad, so it's in my best interest to get things toned down there. Anywho, what do you guys do in the summertime? What's your favorite way of getting out and enjoying the warm weather? Or do you hate the warm weather? Are you more of a winter person? Do you not like it when it gets hot out? Are you one of those people that when you see sun, you hide for dear life? Let me know down in the comment section below. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you later.